mantra. Tiyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhiswaha Tiyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhiswaha Tyatha Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhiswaha. Okay, anybody who can remind me where we left the first session? Very quick. Anybody?
How my cycle is different to others.
No, where did that leave? The study of the ontology and the study, which is the study, okay, study of the object and study of the subject. Study of the object is known as ontology. The study of the subject is known as psychology. Along with the psychology, there are other streams also, like neuroscience, cognitive science, and so forth. Right? And within psychology, there are numerous traditions. Okay, it's not that one tradition is the best, that tradition is less best. This is not the issue. The point is about to learn. It doesn't matter. The point is that if you learn, particularly say the one which is developed in Nalanda Monastery University. Nalanda Monastery, just for information, Nalanda Monastery University, along the Takshashila may be the first, but in terms of the scale of the size of the university, perhaps Nalanda would be the oldest university in the world. Oldest university in the world. But it is not the oldest living university. Oldest living university is Bolero something in the West. There's one oldest living university, which means Nalanda is much older, but which now thrives, which still keeps going, keeps its activities alive. That is, I think, Bolero or something in the West. Okay, otherwise, oldest university, unfortunately, this great treasure of the knowledge disappeared from India. So a great loss for the world. Great loss for India and great loss for the world. If this knowledge, if the knowledge which thrived in this university, if this is still alive in the hands of the Tibet monastic universities nowadays in South India and the various big monastic institutions, it is still there. But that knowledge I discovered just yesterday, I discovered that knowledge is so precious, so intricate, very sophisticated, highly developed. Okay, that part, if I get a little time, I can go through this. Okay, so with this, just for information, that what I talked about, the subject, the object, that the subject. And for us to really appreciate the very profound subjects, the various nuances of the subject, nuances of the psyche, you have to know the nuances of the object. You're getting it? Because it is like watching a movie. Watching a movie, very interesting. As the object changes, for example, what we see, the very gross objects, like you are there, and then the walls are there, the paintings are there, and how my mind moves. And when the object changes, for example, I see everything like just atoms. Is it true that everything around me, they are just atoms? Is it true or not? Huh? Very true. You're getting all except your mind. Your mind is not atoms, but your body, then the walls, this hall, the prayer flags, everything is just made of atoms. If you see them in the form of atoms, again your mind behaves very differently. If you see these atoms conglomerated in the form of a girl, boy, young, old, and then there's Indian, non-Indian, and so forth, and again the mind behaves very differently. It is like watching a movie. It's an amazing thing. You're getting it? Nowadays we talk about the mindfulness base, they would say the practice, stress reduction, all these things. So they say if you have the mindfulness, then everything will happen. That is not true. I don't want to correct these things, but it's not true. It has multiple facets. Mindfulness meaning the single pointedness is one thing. Single pointedness is the quality of the mind. That mind should meet with the object. You're getting it? Because for this mind to play, the mind should meet with the object. Only when the object subject interact, then the play comes into being. You're getting it? Then the manifestations or experiences of the mind come into being. For that matter, object. So some people, they emphasize so much on the mindfulness without forgetting the object. Object, in fact, just a little digression. There was one scientist, a renowned scientist, Richard Davidson. He was from the Mindful Life Conference, Mindful Life Institute. And once I suggested to him that you're doing all your research on the mindfulness. Mindfulness is one thing, but mindfulness is a part of the mind. Within this mind, mindfulness, this is like the support. It's like the support. What's the supported? Supported is the wisdom to see the reality. As the object becomes subtler, the mind behaves very differently. You're getting it? As the object becomes subtler, particularly the emptiness, object becomes the emptiness of the object. I'm not going to explain that in this class. This is about the psychology. We don't have time. So the emptiness, the mind, the object becomes subtler, like from the very gross ones. If you reduce them to the cells, to the molecules, the mind will behave very differently. If you see them in the form of the molecules, the mind will behave very differently. Then you see them in the form of atoms, which is even subtler. Then the mind will behave even more differently. And then you see the emptiness from the object. There's nothing there. It's all coming from the subject. When you see that, the mind will behave very differently. You're getting it? So all these to see this incredible different shades of the mind, psychology, if you have no clue of the subtlety of the ontology, various levels of ontology, you will never feel these subtle, the differences in the psyche, in the psychology. You're getting it? So therefore, to really appreciate the depth of psychology, you must be good at the philosophy. Okay, for that matter, you're all young. You're all young. Don't underestimate yourself. Keep in mind that while you are doing psychology as your major, meanwhile, keep in mind, okay, so the mind behaves. I'm studying psychology. I want to see the different aspects of the mind. You're getting it? The behaviors, behavioral psychology. It's all about the behavior. How we behave, on that basis, you can infer what the mind is like. And within the behavior, some are visible physically, some are visible verbally, some are not visible through physical and verbal. It's all mental. And then the psychology, the behavior of the mind on a very subtle level, it has the capacity to heal yourself, heal your chronic addictions, heal your fears, anxiety, depression. This is so powerful. You're getting it? So therefore, it is like, say for example, food. Oh, for the food, the pizza is very good, right? Everyday pizza. Or roti is very good. Naan is very good. Just naan without sabji, right? This is exactly like what people are saying, that mindfulness. It's like naan. Naan with sabji, with the chutney, with curd. All these ingredients are required. You're getting it? So the mindfulness is to stabilize. Say you see this object in the most subtle form, object. As you're able to enter the object subtlety, subtle one is there, gross one is there, both are there. How you pick up, how your subject picks it up, how your psyche picks it up. When it picks up the very gross one, at the moment what you're picking up is pick up the very gross one. Okay, Pudila there, Pembala there, then Kesana there, Testujila there, Indrajit is there. We have picked up very gross ones. When we pick up very gross ones, our mind behaves in one particular way. When we pick up, okay, right, the juice or the alcohol, right? Juice, okay. No, it's not juice, it's alcohol. Then the mind behaves very differently, right? So this is known as addiction. So you interact with some object, addiction is undoing the addiction, what do you call it? De-addiction. So when you see some objects, alcohol, then you're familiar with this more and more, addiction builds up. Then when you see some other objects, de-addiction happens. It's amazing. These are incredibly beautiful, the complex study of the psychology and the philosophy. You're getting it? So to really appreciate the depth of the psychology, to really appreciate it, and then to have this confidence. And oftentimes, say when you feel that psychology within you, that with the change of the object, you see that like watching a movie, the mind behaves very differently. When you get this very profound experience, and then when you meet with somebody, I'm a clinical psychologist, I'm a clinical psychotherapist, when we talk to them, we see that it's very shallow. And some people who are, okay, mindfulness, we're doing the mindfulness this, mindfulness is everything, this will become enlightened. When you listen to them, you'll see that it's very shallow. You're getting it? It does not, I do not mean to say that, I do not mean to undermine others. The point is that we should be very comprehensive. You're getting it? Your knowledge should be comprehensive. And then see to yourself whether it's true. You're going to change the object, change the subtlety of the object, changes your behavior in your mind. Behavior of your mind. And behavior of mind can be seen in physical, verbal, and some not at all in physical, verbal, or purely mental. Within this, then when addiction is a mental state. And then addiction, when it becomes gross, then it gets visible physically. Physically, your body becomes weaker, and then your body trembles, all these symptoms arise. You're getting it? Okay, so for that, with this little bit of intro, now let's turn to page 19 of the book, The Buddhist Psychology. I'm going to just read through, and if you have any questions, make it a point that you discuss amongst yourself, and then, if possible, say like Indrajit is there, and then in fact, we have Pemba Sinla is there, and then we have so basically, we see that there should be some younger ones should take the responsibility of. Where is Nishida is there? Okay, the younger ones, you should be good listeners, and then listen to the others' questions, all right? And then say the questions should not be repeated. Questions which in the group discussion you find a little challenging, bring them up, right? Okay, who's going to take the charge? Who's going to take the charge to bring these questions up? Which means that you should be regularly there for the group discussion. You're getting it? Okay. Otherwise, somebody you have some questions, and you can bring it up in the group discussion, and then let's say Pembala and Nishida, two of you take the charge. When you're missing, she'll be there. When she's missing, you are there. And then so where the questions are, you find a little difficult, getting the answer in the group discussion, bring them up. And then it's not that I have all the answers. The point is that this question must be brought up. All these questions must be brought up. These questions would be take away for me and for you. Take away. And we have to think more. It's not that everything will be settled within 1 week. If everything becomes settled within 1 week, that's amazing. Right? Then the whole psychology, the universities, and then the colleges, they study for how many years? 3 years minimum. Right? And then 1 week, 3 years, it fails in 3 years. That's not good. Okay, what I'm saying is that we can't really expect that we get all the answers within this 1 week. But these questions must not be undermined. They must be brought up. Okay, with this mind, page 19 of the book, Buddhist psychology. Ideally speaking, it is not good to say Buddhist psychology. Ideally speaking, because psychology is psychology, right? Okay, how many of you, when you eat chow mein, your hunger is gone? Which hunger is gone? Chinese hunger is gone, or Tibetan hunger is gone, or Indian hunger is gone? Hunger is gone. You're getting it? Hunger is gone. It's not about Chinese hunger is gone, because if you eat chow mein, then the Chinese hunger is gone. If you eat, say it again, craving. I say it again. Okay, the craving when you have when you eat chow mein, after eating if like 2 plates, 2 big plates from Mashur Tila, then your hunger goes away, no doubt. Anybody, right? Your hunger is gone. Which hunger is gone? Chinese hunger is gone, or Indian hunger is gone? Hunger is gone. You're getting it? There's no Chinese, Indian, Buddhist, Hindu hunger. You're getting it? It's hunger. Hunger is gone. Psychology, psychology.
Occasional taste, different taste, right?
No. First listen. I do not ask which taste did you have. I ask you which hunger is gone. Taste is different. The spaghetti and the chow mein, the taste is different. And Tibetan version of tendu is also different. Right? Taste is different. This is not my question. My question is, what did I say? What did I tell you? Be good listener. You're getting it? Be good listener. You should be able to pick up the nuances. What I said is that which hunger is gone. I did not say which taste come to you. This is not my question. My question, which hunger is gone? Tell me which hunger? Girls' hunger, or boys' hunger, or Chinese hunger, or Tibetan hunger, or Buddhist hunger, or Hindu hunger, or Muslim hunger, or Jain hunger, or non-believers' hunger? Which is gone? Hunger is gone. You're getting it? Hunger is gone. So the hunger, there's no Buddhist, non-Buddhist, Indian, non-Indian. There's no difference. Hunger is gone. Likewise, psychologists study the mind. Mind, there is no Buddhist mind, Hindu mind, girl's mind, boy's mind. The mind is mind. You're getting it? When you just feel sad, okay, now my Buddhist mind is sad. My Indian mind is good. No, my mind is sad. You're getting it? So therefore, Buddhist psychology, this is actually not a good way of presenting it. But we put it this way, not to mix up how this knowledge is imparted, where this knowledge of what a mind is, where this knowledge came from the Nalanda Buddhist tradition, you get it, which is so rich. And then when you study this, don't study this as a Buddhist psychology. Study this as, okay, is it true with my mind? You're getting it? I'm a girl, my girl's mind, does it work like this? That's true. Okay, I'm Indian. Does it, what is said there, is it really applicable to this mind, me as an Indian? Yes, it works. You're getting it? Or I'm a young one, I'm 20, right? Is it really happening? Yes, this is what you need. You know, you're getting it? Okay, according to Buddhist psychology, according to Western psychology, this is a very wrong presentation. You're getting it? But in the conferences and so forth, you can say, there's no harm in it. But if somebody says, okay, this is Buddhist psychology, or this Western psychology, if you discard like this, you are discarding the knowledge of a reality. Okay, so with this, why study mind? I'm reading this now. Okay, both the world of sentience and non-sentience operate in all the multiple shades purely driven by the mind. So in other words, what we learn is that everything that operates in this world, somehow they're connected with the mind. Right? Okay. I say sometimes, one time, okay, I personally, how I would say is that, say some of the governments like the communist governments, I wouldn't really say that people are bad. I wouldn't say that. It's a system is bad. System is incomplete, I would say. Communism is a system which is incomplete. Initially, when the system came from, no, who's the person who came? Karl Marx. When he first conceived the idea of communism, is a brilliant idea. It's not only brilliant, it is a very altruistic idea, meant to help others, meant to elevate the commoners. But then, because the system is not complete, when you apply this, it should be a complete system. So it has many loopholes there. And then there are some of the concepts, the principles. Some of the principles, they took for granted that they were oblivious, they were unaware of the limitations of the human thinking. You're getting it? Okay, we're all just one. Socialism. We're all just one. Right? We work together. We'll enjoy together. Who'll work? All of us will work. Theoretically, it's very nice, but on the ground, some people will not work. But you work, don't work, you get the food. Why should you have to waste your energy where everybody's getting the same share? I work, I'll not get any extra, so why should I work? These thoughts are coming up. The Karl Marx and these people, they are totally unaware that this is a reality of human thinking. You're getting it? Because of which the communism failed. Now, for example, say some of the communists like China, to be very direct, it's just after money, that's it. The real communism is not about money, it's not about capitalism. It's about socialism. Now the Chinese communism has become like the capitalist socialist, where the money is the priority. You're getting it? Okay, so this was the point. The point is that finally everything is governed by the mind. You're getting how the society works, how the society, communist society, and even democracy, I personally would say that it has many drawbacks. It has many drawbacks. Okay, I don't want to go into detail. The part of the available systems available to govern the various countries and places, democracy is the best of the available system now, right? But it has many drawbacks. Okay, so with this, in a way, what I'm saying is that everything, somehow they're connected with the workings of the mind. You agree? Okay. Next, mind is the chief, and again from Dhammapada, it says, the mind is chief and precedes them all. If with impure mind one acts or speaks, miseries follow like a cart following the ox. Okay, if somebody has extra pen. Okay, Tavish, thank you. Okay, miseries follow like a cart following an ox. Say impure mind. Impure mind, for example, let's say, okay. So what the Buddha taught, they're all experiential. You're getting it? For that, it doesn't mean that, we should be Buddhist. It's not the point. For example, I appreciate, since my childhood, I appreciate Albert Einstein. Since my childhood, particularly since my class 9, 10, 11, 12, I still appreciate Einstein. But I'm not, what is that? What is the noun form of Einstein? Einsteinian, whatever, Buddhism, Einsteinism. I'm not Einsteinism, right? I appreciate him, his knowledge, his brilliance. Likewise, we can appreciate the brilliance of the compassion, the brilliance of the knowledge. They're all experiential. Okay, so what it says here is that, so what the Buddha taught here, just see that, yes, that's very true. Don't just say it's very true with no feelings, right? For example, let's say, right? Okay, what do you see in my, do you see my mind? You don't see my mind. Okay, now, can you tell me that, okay, we should have a class, finish in 1 hour, okay, the class will be, what's the time now? Okay, if this is how I behave physically, verbally, what do you think was going in my mind? What do you think? Huh? Impatience, rush. That's true. You're getting it. My mind is very impatient, restless, not really focused. You're getting from this, from physical and verbal. Say these actions, these gestures are coming driven by there's some agent there, agent which dictates how I behave physically, verbally. You're getting what you speak and how you act. If it impure mind, one acts or speaks. Acts meaning physically. Speaks meaning verbally. You're getting it? Physically, verbally, what you do, these are determined by the mind. Which mind? You're getting it? If you, for example, say, okay, don't worry, take your time, right? Take your time, you will do well. Don't worry. How come that you don't even know this? This is a very small basic thing. You're already in your 20s. How come that you don't even know this? Right? Then you go into the tense. Wow, I made a mistake coming to this class. Right? Okay, whereas don't worry, everybody makes mistake. I made the same mistake when I was your age. Right? Don't worry. From the mistake, take lessons. Don't be afraid of the mistakes. Take lessons from the mistakes. Look, everybody has to grow like this. Even the biggest of the people, right? Biggest of the people on this earth, they all learn from the mistakes, right? Okay, there's hope there. You're getting it? So all these are determined by you are able to corresponding results coming to your mind, where your mind is peaceful, your mind is tense. It depends on the object, how I behave. My behavior, you see that from the physical verbal. This is determined by the mind. If with the impure mind I say something, you could feel it. You could feel it. If with a pure mind I say something or I do something, act, you could feel it. You're getting it? Okay, so that is all of physical, verbal, all these gestures are determined by the mind. So with this, if that is the mind, this is the agent which decides whether you're going to be happy, unhappy. Whether UNO talks about the well-being. UNO, under which under the umbrella of UNO, we have the WHO. WHO talks about the well-being. They define what a well-being should be like. Well-being means the happiness, the peace in the societal, individual, right? So there is about the mental state. So that is very important. So that is very important. So physically, verbally, how you act, determined mind. And if with the impure mind, you physically and verbally you act, only bad results will come into being. Right? Only bad results invariable bad results come to you. And then whereas with the pure mind, if you act or speak, good results will come into being. This is reality. This is incredibly great psychology. And you may feel that this is obvious. No. This is what today's modern psychologists, they are struggling. The neuroscientists, they are struggling. Right? What is the correct means? The Buddha said it here. Okay, next. Mind is the chief and precedes them all. If with a pure mind one acts or speaks, happiness follows, or happiness will follow. Happiness follows like a shadow that never leaves the person. Okay, so from this we see that the mind is very important. It's the central figure of the whole universe. For you, with respect to you, you are the most important being on this earth. And within you, you say that it is your mind which decides whether you are happy or unhappy. Next, in Abhidhamma Kosh written by Acharya Vasubandhu, Acharya Vasubandhu said, the diversity of the world arose from karmas. So the external world and the external world meaning the planet Earth, the solar system, then the Milky Way galaxy, and the whole universe. And the internal world, referring to the beings, humans, animals, insects, all these, they form the internal world. The diversity of the world and the world of the external and internal arose from karmas, which in turn, karma doesn't mean the esoteric concept. Oh, it's karma. No, karma is something which we can empirically experience. You have to know this concept so well, and then during the course of this the crash course. If we get a little time, we can go into a little detail about the karma and how the misconceptions of karma can be removed. Which in turn means the karma in turn is the intention. Karma means the intention within your mind. Within the mind, this intention. For example, let's say, okay, what will you see of my mind if I keep on looking at? I talk to you, I look at there. I talk to you, I look at there. What do you think? Distracted, then disinterested. Oh, he's interested in juice. All right. Okay, he must be thirsty. Right. Yes, I'm a little thirsty. Okay. So we see that so okay, this juice came into my hand, and then from there it goes to my mouth. That's the action happening. What made this action happen? For me, the intention to drink. So this intention to drink, this intention makes the action happen. You're getting it? So if somebody asks you, what is the real karma? What does it mean by karma? Right? Generally speaking, karma is the intention that you have. Physical action that you see, karma means action. Physical, verbal action. Physical, verbal, mental action. Karma means action. And the action, who decides the action? Intention. You're getting it? Okay. So what action am I involved with? What action? No, not drinking. Picking up the juice with the glass of juice. You want to drink. Okay, picking up the glass of juice. From this, you can infer that he had the intention to pick up the glass. Pick up the glass of juice. Intention. That intention is the real karma. So this action of picking up the glass is the manifestation of this intention. You're getting it? So the karma, there are three kinds: physical karma, verbal karma, and mental karma. And if somebody asks you, what's the real karma? For example, computer. On the last, say there's the small chips in the computer hardware, and then on the last screen you see all these the movie, whatever that you're watching. Actually, there's nothing really happening there on the screen. Everything's happening in these small chips here, but that is magnified in the form of a last, and then you look at the last screen. You're getting it? So likewise, what we physical action, verbal action. So these are all the manifestation of the chips. Which chips? Intention inside, mental intention. That is a real karma. What is really operating there, what are you seeing there? It's just operating there in these small chips. You're getting it? Okay. So the diversity of the world arose from karmas, which in turn, the karma in turn is in intention. This is the intention, and its actions. Actions meaning intention and its corresponding actions. Intention to pick up the glass and the act of picking up the glass. Intention plus the actions. Intention is the mental karma. Now we see that one is the intention and the other one is the manifestation intention. Okay, I like to have this. Let's say Namsala has a good watch. I like to have this watch. Right? I don't say this, but my mind is the intention to have it. And Namsala has a clairvoyance and says, Gishila, you can have my watch. Right? So the point is that there's intention there, and this intention can come out in the form of physical, in the form of verbal. So this intention that you have, that is a mental karma, and the actions coming out, physical and verbal, these are the physical karma and the verbal karma. In total, there are three karmas. Okay. Intention is the mental karma. What gives rise to by the intention are physical and verbal. So intention is mental karma. From the intention, then the physical and verbal actions come. So these two are known as the physical karma and the mental karma. Okay. So in other words, karma is a part of the mind, part of the psyche. You're getting it? Karma is a part of the mind. Okay, so this for your information, this will be very helpful because the some of the great, even the great scholars, they try to dissect so many things, and then people are left with confusion. Find out what is mind, what is consciousness, what is the karma, what is the mental factor of discrimination, what is the mental factor of the aggregate of consciousness, and so forth. They get lost. Okay, to make it very simple for you to understand it, let's say the Buddha taught. Okay, in this book, there is towards the end there's one painting, which is the Wheel of Life. Do you see that in this book? The Blaze of Non-Dual Bodhicittas. Do you see? Namsal, tell me which page? Namsala. Which page? Page number? 318 or 308? 318 or 308? The new book 318, old book 308. Okay. In this painting, I was look at the outermost circle. Outermost circle of the wheel. Outermost circle. What do you see there? How many segments are there? Many of you know already 12 segments are there, right? These are the 12 links of dependent origin. Starting from the mouth, the mouth of the demon, from there, the demons, they say the right side. Right side meaning, okay, there's the one person with the stick. From there, you count clockwise. Number 4. What do you see in number 4? Okay, Shalmali, what do you see? Okay, so you see some people in the boat. Some people in the boat. So what is required for us to know from this painting is that there are 2 passengers in the boat. 2 passengers in the boat, and the boatman, the ferryman, you want to paint it or not paint it, up to you, not necessary. What we want is 2 passengers in the boat. 2 passengers. What are these 2 passengers? Very simple. Okay, what are the 2 passengers? Name and form. What is name and form? Very simple. Okay, how many of you are first conceived in the mother's womb, like 20 years, 30 years ago? How many of you were first conceived in the mother's womb? Okay, except for Nishita and Indrajit, all are divine birth. we were all conceived in the mother's womb. You're getting it? Right? Okay, we are all conceived in the mother's womb. So which means that you have your mind, which came from your past life. And you have your body, which came from your 2 parents. The 2 parents, this substance, coming together, your mind from the past life joins it. So the 2 parents substance, they become your body. And your mind from the past life, that becomes your mind. So now you have the body in the mother's womb. That body is known as the form. And the mind that you brought from past life, that is your the name and form. Name. So here the 2 passengers are your body and your mind. You're getting it? So in the boat, don't fight. 2 passengers should not fight. If they fight, what happens? Both will die. Right? Whether you like it or not, till the boat reaches the offshore. At the shore, don't fight. You're getting it? You have to be together. So our body and mind, these 2 are like being in the same boat. Till we die, we have to go together. The body and the mind should go together. You agree with me? Good. So what is that body and mind? Do you have your body? Hey, how many of your body? We all have the body. That is your form. How many of you have mind? I'm happy, I'm not happy. Right? Okay. I wish if the class finishes now. I wish class is I wish if the class is a little longer. That is your mind. So what you have is you have your body and mind. That's it. 2 passengers are there. That's it. Your body and mind. Now, within that, what is not the body? What is not the body, but in an active state? Not a body, but active state. Like, I'm a little angry, agitated, right? Okay, usually I check the WhatsApp messenger once in a while. Now here in this classroom, I cannot do it, right? A little agitated, or usually I have the PUBG, right? And now I cannot do it here. Okay, I came voluntarily. It's not like a rule. Okay, I cannot do this. So a little agitated. Okay, so what I'm saying is that all those states which are not physical, which are active but not physical, they fall under mind. You're getting it? As simple as that. Now, say the karma. Karma is your physical body? No, the physical body is not karma. Physical body is the result of the karma. It's not the karma. You're getting it? Okay. Apple seed is not the apple tree. Apple tree is not the apple seed, but the apple tree is the result of the apple seed. Likewise, the physical body is not karma. Physical body is the result of karma. You're getting it? Okay. So therefore, do you have the karmas? Hey, do you have karma? Yes, we have the karma. So karma is not a physical body. What is it then? It's your mind. It's a part of your mind. You're getting it? So this is how we put them together, the physical body and the mind. This is how we have to see. And then the source is the Buddha's teaching of the 12 links. Number 4, name and form. Good? Okay. Now, so all these concepts are quite similar. Page 20. Acharya Chandragirti's text, Acharya Chandragirti said in Madhyamaka Avatar, it says, it is a mind itself that constructed the sentient world. Sentient world meaning the beings. We talked about, say, the container world, and the content, or the external world and the internal world. External world meaning, say, like this container, the glass, and the content is the internal world. What is the internal world? Internal worlds of human beings, animals, insects, the spirits, ghosts, hungry ghosts. All these fall in the category of the internal world. Internal world, or the world of sentience. Sentient meaning, in general, sentience meaning beings who have the mind. Generally speaking. Otherwise, sentient being. What is a sentient being? Okay, what is a sentient being? Anybody? In Tibetan, it is sentient. Sen, chen means one endowed with mind. Literal translation, sentient. Okay, in Ladakh, how we call it? Sentient. Sentient. Sentient or sentient? Sentient, not sentient. Okay, sentient, then is common. Okay, sentient. Okay, what do you understand by sentient being? Anybody? Very quick.
Someone who has a mind.
Okay, sentient being, what we do is that the way Indrajit is doing, that we try to speak your mind. That's very important. When you speak your mind, and then say somebody will be there to correct it or to give you more information, and you can agree, you may not agree. You're getting it? Okay. Sentient or sentient being is a very technical term. Very technical term. It is a being with a mind other than the Buddhas. These are the technicalities. You're getting it? Sentient being. Sentient being is the word that you find used in the Buddhist teachings, not elsewhere. So what do you mean by sentient beings? You're getting it? It's not that only if you are part of Buddhism, then you can see sentient beings. Otherwise, not. That's not true. Anybody can see that. It's just the vocabulary. The referent of the vocabulary is being understood or being applied in everywhere in the day-to-day life. So sentient being is a being with the mind other than the okay, otherwise let's put it like this. A being other than the Buddha, a being other than Buddha who has mind. Or the beings other than Buddha who have mind. That is sentient being. This is a very technical understanding. You're getting it? Otherwise, literally speaking, don't just trust the literal. You're getting it? Literal can have, okay, a chief minister, is he or she the prime minister? Hey, how many you know that? Chief minister is the prime minister. How many you disagree with this? Hey, how many disagree with this? Chief minister is the prime minister. How many disagree? How many agree with this? Okay, which means you are not from India. Okay, how many disagree with this? Chief minister is, I said chief minister is the prime minister. How many disagree? Tavishi, tell me why you disagree. There are two different posts. Chief minister, is he chief? He's the chief, right? Chief and prime, this is the same. No. Do you? I'm just asking you questions. Chief, don't be afraid. Chief means a prime, right? Prime minister is minister, right? So chief minister means prime minister because chief and prime, these two mean the same.
The chief minister is at the state level and the prime minister is central level.
But the chief is chief, right? Chief is prime. So now from this, what we are learning is that language, the words, don't try to interpret in your own ways. You're getting it? The words, chief, why chief minister is not prime minister? Chief is the chief, minister is minister. So chief is the prime and chief, these two mean the same. So chief minister is minister? No. Right? Chief minister has a very technical term. The head of the ministers in the context of the state. And head of the ministers in the context of the nation. Particularly like India. Right? That is the prime minister. It's not chief minister. So these are we are not understanding the way we understand it. We have to understand the way this word is used in that context. Like we're sentient being. Don't interpret it in your own way. Sentient means somebody who has a mind, right? You have to interpret it according to how that is understood in that context, where this word is used. Used in the Buddhist philosophical text, it is used as the beings other than the Buddhas who have minds. You're getting it? Okay. So this is the understanding of sentient being. Within the mind, let's say Shariputra, or let's say your mother, is she sentient being or not? Huh? Tavishi, your mother is sentient being? Why? Okay, she is a being other than the Buddha who has mind. Wow, that's smart. Okay, so basically when you say that once you learn these are the things, otherwise you're sentient being. So here, sentient means the mind, and being is a being with a mind, as simple as that. No, it has a technical meaning. Once you learn the technical meanings, it is very important that in future, whenever such labels come to you, sentient beings, arahats, and so forth, consciousness, awareness, mind, these different vocabularies come, you should be able to understand with the technical meaning. Don't interpret it in your own ways. You're getting it? Okay. So thank you, Tavishi. Okay, now we continue reading it. Page 20, second paragraph. His Holiness the Dalai Lama says in dialogue with Western scientists in 1991, there are two reasons why it is important to understand the nature of mind. One is because there's an innate connection between the mind and karma, our actions. How the mind is like the broader umbrella of the karma. Other is that our state of mind plays a crucial role in the experience of happiness and suffering. That you are happy, not happy, all determined by your mind. It is therefore essential to understand the mind to systematically purifying and enhancing the mind for the process of achieving enlightenment. Purifying, we talked about the purifying process. How to purify the mind so that the true nature of mind comes out in the form of the maximum happiness with the least suffering, with the zero suffering. Okay, next, definition and the nature of mind. This is so important. You're getting it? Okay, we don't have the, I don't want to do the PowerPoint presentation here, but I did it in the conference. the Tibet House and Earth conference recently, and also I did it yesterday in Pune University conference. So then, what is mind? What is mind? Keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. What do you keep in mind? What is mind? Right? Okay. You are bound to meet with people speaking about mind. And some will say that nobody can define mind. You're getting it? Some people will say that what? Nobody can define mind. Over the many centuries, all the millennia, nobody can define mind. Okay, so these are the extreme statements, very strong statements made. That's not true. Even though I said it's not true, I will define it, right? I'll define it and you try to see if it makes sense. While you making, yeah, that's true. And still you will hear people continually, it will never stop, right? The next generation, again, people will say that nobody can define mind. And after 100 years, again, people will say nobody can define mind. This is what is bound to happen. You're getting it, you're bound to meet with such people. Simply because somebody says it doesn't mean that it is true. You're getting it? So mind can be defined. So this is where the, okay, what is mind? In, for example, say the Cambridge University, which is the say one system which defines all the people like the very educated, very the scholars, non-scholars, believers, non-believers, all study, all just refer to this Cambridge Dictionary, Collins Dictionary, Webster's Dictionary, Oxford's Dictionary, and so forth. So there, what is that? Is that a part of it says a part of the person. Mind is a part. This definition in the Cambridge, I like it. A part of the person which experiences the feelings, emotions, and the thinking, and so forth. So this is how it is defined there in Cambridge Dictionary. Okay, you can just flip through Cambridge Dictionary nowadays. You can easily flip through. I'm just giving you the idea how this is defined there. And then and then Charles Darwin, he did not define it. He was talking about mind in relation to the instincts. Mind in the form of the instincts. You're getting it? For example, say when your body needs water, that's instinct of hunger. No, thirst coming. And then when there's tigers, you see a tiger, then it's the instinct to run away. And then when you hear about coronavirus everywhere, right? Then the instinct of fear to keep your hands very clean all the time, wash it as often as possible. So the instinct of the fear. And so when you're hungry, then desire for food, right? And then let's say that when you're hungry, desire for food. Then when you are extremely hot outside, desire to get into a house, the AC house, right? And then when there is a competitor, the desire to push that aside, anger to push that aside. All these Charles Darwin call as instincts. You're getting it? Instincts are the gifts of evolution, human evolution. This is what he said. Then Freud, right? Freud, he talks about the three levels of consciousness. 3 levels of consciousness. Pre-consciousness, then consciousness, then subconsciousness or subconscious plus the unconsciousness or unconscious state. Okay, so there it is not Freud is not definition. It's more like classification. And then Charles Darwin, again, it's not definition. It's more like how this consciousness came into being. How this consciousness came into being in the form of instinct from the evolutionary theory. Then what I would say is that Cambridge University Dictionary there, how it is explained is in the form of a more closer towards a definition. Okay, now how that is defined in the Buddhist philosophy. You're getting it? Now, don't take it as the Buddhist psychology. Don't take it as, okay, according to Buddhist psychology, no. The point is, definition means the understanding which should give you a very clear picture of what a consciousness is. Definition means the explanation which gives a very clear picture of what a consciousness is. And how many of you have mind? Raise hands. We all have mind, right? We all have. So this mind, the way explained, in the way explained, identify the mind in the form of definition. Just see if it makes sense to you. You're getting it? If it makes sense to you. So how that is defined is clear and knowing. Clear knowing. So to make it easy, I add this word, clear and knowing agent. To make it easy, to keep it literal, you keep it as clear and knowing. And I deliberately add this word to make it easy to understand in English. In Tibetan, it is Selching Rigpa. Selching Rigpa, that's it. This is the Tibetan, in Tibetan, this is the definition. Selching Rigpa. And in English, because the language is such that, you have to make it very easy and understandable. So therefore, a little bit of ambiguity is there, people are not happy. So I add this word, it will not alter the meaning in any ways. You're getting it? Clear and knowing agent. Okay, this is the definition. And we have to go into the details of this explanation. You're getting it? We have to go into details of this. How? What is meant by clear? What is meant by the knowing? Right? And where is it? When I was like 21, when I joined my monastery, Institute of Buddhist Dialectics in Dharamsala, and I like to share with you two anecdotes. Then we'll stop here. The first anecdote is about we learn about mind. We learn about consciousness, and a mind defined as clear and knowing agent. But what is it? Where is it? I don't see it. You're getting it? What is this mind? I should have mind. Yeah. But where is it? I don't see it. Then what happened? I have a teacher, a solitary retreatant, meaning the hermit, a great scholar plus a practitioner, full-time practitioner. And so when I was there, then I asked him, what is mind? I don't feel it. What's my mind? What's the mind? And the neuroscientists, most of the neuroscientists, they will say, no, it's just the neural correlates. It's just the neural correlates. There's no mind. And then they just reduce the mind to the brain. So this was more like the thought coming to me at the time, not in the form of brain correlates, but I'm not finding it. Where's this mind? Then I asked my teacher. My teacher, he being a full-time meditator, he is just meditating on his mind all the time. So for him, it was so easy. He said that, Dorji, don't you see? Dorji, don't you see something like a mirror inside you, which has the capacity to reflect, to have the image or the reflection of any phenomena, anything. For example, darkness is reflected. Brightness is reflected. Right? Language is reflected. So there is some agent there within you, like a mirror, where it's just a mirror. Mirror means reflections formed. The place where the reflections formed. Like a mirror, that there's something there inside you where anything can be reflected there. He said it in a very casual way. So I was like, what is this mirror like? I was looking at it. I couldn't see it. Wait, how many you could see it now? You could see like a mirror, something like? Okay. This is where these studies will be extreme. They are so precious. They are so precious. You're getting it extremely precious. In fact, I was a part of the conference on consciousness, hosted by a very renowned neuroscientist in Israel. Last year, I was part of that conference, and it was a beautiful exchange, direct exchanges between the neuroscientists, the psychologists, and the direct exchanges, question answers, the bold, the blunt question answers, all coming there. It was a very interesting discussions there. So the point is that what is that? So for this, we have to know the clear and the knowing. You're getting it? This is one anecdote which we're going to study later on, tomorrow. Then the second anecdote was that soon after I joined the monastery, our school principal as well as my teacher, Venerable Geshe Lobsang Gyaltso Rinpoche, because I came from school after class 12. For some of you may not be knowing my background. When I was in till class 9, I was doing the mathematics was one of my the strengths, strength, and also I like mathematics. Then class 9, physics was introduced as a separate subject, so I started to like physics so much. Then class 9, 10, 11, 12, for 4 years, I was thinking of becoming a physicist. That was my basic. So every now and then in most of the classes, always the physics come as examples. Okay. Then I joined the monastery, and then my teacher, there was one lady doctor, American lady doctor, and she was invited to give an address on the workings of the brain, neuroscience, to the monks of the monastery. And most of the monks, they did not speak English, so my teacher asked me to be the translator. So I translated, and because of being the translator, I should make it a point that to the best I could, I was just 20 or 21 years old. To the best I could, I understand what she was saying. I was so mesmerized by the explanation of the workings of the brain. In school, what I learned, I took biology till class 11. Class 12, I dropped biology. Only mathematics, what do you call it, PCM. I just took PCM in class 12. Class 11, PCMB, what are you? PCMB. Yeah, I took PCMB. Okay, so in the class 12, I dropped biology. Then so till class 11, what I learned of the brain. Okay, this is the cerebellum, this is cerebrum, this is cortex, and the amygdala, this is what I learned. So there during the lecture by the American lady doctor, what she was presenting was just amazing. We were able to communicate with the language. This is because this is part of the brain. And you could express your feelings like anger, agitation, sadness, happiness. These are because of this part of the amygdala, this part of the brain. And then that you're able to maintain balance because this part of the brain. Everything is ascribed to workings of every working of the mind, meaning that to what I know. She was ascribing everything to the workings of the brain. Wow, that was the first time I was hearing such a detailed explanation throughout my life, meaning till that point. That was the first time I was hearing such a detailed explanation of the workings of the brain, workings of the mind on the basis of the workings of the brain. Then going back to my room, my mind was just spontaneously, involuntarily hovering around that discussion, how the brain was working. And the question, very serious question came to me. If this is how the brain works, my question is, where is the mind? This was the question. And luckily, I was not in the ritualistic monastery. I was in the Institute of Buddhist Dialectics, where the whole philosophy, psychology, epistemology, logic were being taught. So lucky am I. And then I told myself, now don't start as a Buddhist. Now start as a clean slate, without any supposition that mind is there, what the Buddhist taught is correct, right? Don't start from there. Start from a clean slate, not superimposing anything, not believing in, not having a baggage of beliefs, right? Keep all the beliefs away and try to be as objective to see if there is a mind which is different from the brain. Then I was so lucky to have met with this book, Brahmanavartika chapter 2, right? And that too, we are doing it right away, but for us in the monasteries, we study this Brahmanavartika chapter 2 when we reach only the 8th or 9th year, not before that. Okay, so this is a little bit of the background. If you know this background, then you will know, okay, why these studies are so important. You're getting it? Okay, so we'll stop here for today. And tomorrow, there's a house, saying program house, can't sit on them. La, that might dangerous. Dangerous, no. Dangerous, no. Yeah. Mike, they did the mic.
For tomorrow's class, the class will begin at 2, and for Friday also the class will begin at 2. Otherwise, on Thursday the class will remain same at 10. Thank you. No. And please join us for lunch at the reception area, and please get your lunch coupon from the reception desk. Thank you.
So tomorrow is at? Tomorrow is at 2 o'clock. 2 to? No, 2 to 4. 2 to 4 is the class. Then 4 to 5:30 is my study time for the next class, which is happening at 5:30. That's a different class, not for the psychology. Different class. That is not a diploma course. Then day after tomorrow, Thursday?
10 to 1.
Thursday is 10 to 1, same.
And Friday 2 to 5:30.
Friday is? Oh, the Friday is
2 to 5:30. There'll be 2 sessions as today.
Okay, Friday is the 2 to 5:30. 5 to 5. 5 is fine with the tea break in between. Okay, good. Good. So tomorrow, see you at 2 o'clock. So meanwhile, I say those of you who like to take part in the group discussion, you can come at like 12 to 1, you can group discussion, and at 1 you will have lunch from here. Those of you who take part in the group discussion, okay, who's going to be for the group discussion? Raise your hands. Indrajit, you'll be here. So the best thing would be Indrajit, Shalmali, you're going to be here. Okay, Shalmali will take charge of the group discussion, meaning that so people, what is that? Your job? Ask questions. Okay, so people who join the group discussion, you keep a list for that very day and give it to the secretary, so that lunch will be prepared for you. Extra lunch will be prepared for you. And then the next day, again, a fresh list of people who join for the group discussion. Okay, good? Yep. Thank you.